Hello everyone and welcome back to PowerSlave. Now here we see a bit of an Easter egg. This is the original title screen from the Saturn version.
Ooh.
On certain dates, basically when the different versions were released, the game will pop up one of these old title screens. And it can also just do it at random, like here.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get some more of those. But never mind that, because right now we are heading to Amun Mines, which is another level that has a transmitter piece in it. Also a slight change in, well, the surroundings, I guess. It's no longer all sandy and orange, it's now brown. This level is very brown.
Yeah, that's quite the change.
Yeah, we will get more colors eventually, but I mean, we are in Egypt, so there's, I guess, only so much that you might have.
Fair.
Unless you're like in one of the more sort of fertile areas. But we're in Karnak, so yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of vegetation or any of that stuff. So yeah, the Amun Mines is a level that is not that big, but it's also very easy to get kinda turned around here. Oh, you little scamp, get over here. Now this right here is a weak wall. We have to find something to take care of that.
You can't just like break it down, shoot it down?
We need something a little bit heftier to do that.
Alright.
We also can't jump up to where the Anubis was. That is too high.
Can't even just like grab the ledge?
Our boy can't grab a ledge. This is a game from 1996.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess Lara Croft could grab ledges and Mario could as well, but this is a 90s FPS, so that wasn't really a thing in 90s FPSs.
Yeah, admittedly, I have been coming up on the end of a playthrough of Cyberpunk, so ledge grabbing is very, very much my, something you do a lot in that game.
Anyway, now we have bombs.
Oh, I see.
I'm not gonna blow this guy up, I'll just shoot him. This will destroy weak walls, and as luck would have it, that is a weak wall, or a ceiling rather. That is also a very high jump. We can't make that. Or can we?
I was about to say, are we grenade jumping?
Hell yeah, we are.
Who is that?
That is our first team doll. These are a very well hidden collectible. There were originally 20 of these in the Saturn version, depicting the various members of the dev team. Now we have 31 because there's also the Night Dive devs.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
And collecting all of these on the Saturn version, oh, there's the old Lobotomy Software logo. Scott Branston was the composer.
Ah.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, when you collected all of them on the Saturn version, you unlocked a minigame called Death Tank, this multiplayer tank game. Which is kinda awesome, actually. But that is not in this version or any other version, aside from the Saturn. Not even in the European Saturn version, because that came out a couple of months before the American version, and that is lacking some of the features, such as Death Tank and the analog controller support.
The bombs we just got look kind of awkward to aim at enemies.
It's fine. I was just a little bit rusty, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, since this doesn't have Death Tank, this only unlocks a couple of kind of broken abilities that we can use if we collect enough of the team dolls, but I don't think I'll be going for them all because some of them are really hard to get. And I don't think the abilities are really worth it, especially on a first playthrough, so to speak.
Fair enough.
They're more for just messing around later. I might show them off. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it that much. I get some of the easier ones during the main playthrough, and I might do a compilation later. I don't really know.
So, what's up with that X over there?
The what?
That X in the, like, you know, just outside this little hallway.
I didn't notice.
Okay, well, maybe we'll come back to it then.
Now, that is not a weak wall. That is a pillar we have to lower.
Uh-huh.
I try to blow it up, but it doesn't do anything. There is a weak wall behind us, but that just leads us to...
Yeah, it's right there.
To the main area.
It was on the left.
I'm still not sure what you are referring to.
It's like a wooden structure. I guess it's a gate blocking you off from, going through the room.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, point it out next time, if you see it.
I will try my best.
Okay. Anyway, we see in the purple room there is another pillar that we need to lower. That one gets rid of the one we saw earlier. We don't actually need to go in here yet. But might as well just get rid of these idiots. Can't fit through that. I am kinda running into the pillar, but you still can't get through that even if you don't, So we have to find some way to lower that. Or we can just grenade jump right to the exit, but we're not going to do that. Now that we have the bombs, there's a whole bunch of opportunities for sequence breaks, but I'm not going to do those on the sort of the critical path.
I was about to say, it's like, just like a good Metroid game.
Yeah, I want to show off the quote-unquote intended way to do things. But I will make use of the grenade jumps for collectibles, including some of the transmitter pieces. Speaking of which, here's one. Probably shouldn't be keeping that underwater if I'm honest.
Yeah, is that still working?
It's fine, I'm sure. But yeah, we flipped the switch that opened the tunnel here. So let's head in there.
Take care of the piranha.
Yeah, blow it up.
You blew it up into more pieces than I think would have been in that piranha.
Yeah, that's like the old Mortal Kombat thing where you blow somebody up and they explode into 8 skulls and 60 ribcages. I miss that old cheesy Mortal Kombat.
Now everything's about like fine graphical fidelity and realism.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit too much so. But yeah, we have now lowered the pillar and picked up the key, so now we can technically just make our way to the locked door, but first there's something else I want to show off.
It was on the left.
At which point?
Hang on. Right there?
That was just decoration, that's fine.
Oh, that's decoration?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of them actually.
Yeah.
There's like nothing behind them, just a torch?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, okay, I see.
Anyway, here's a large hole. A very, very large hole. We can't even see the bottom from here. We could if I went right to the edge, but I don't want to.
What you're telling me is we're not about to like go into Wonderland or Termina.
No, at least not yet. But we may want to keep that in mind. Because jumping down there would currently kill us. But who says it will kill us later? Now I'm trying to look for the actual way forward because I'm an idiot and I can't look up. We have walked past it several times. So let me just go around here one more time. There we go. You have no idea how long I have spent looking for that on some of these runs.
I mean, I don't blame you, honestly. Like, that seems like the kind of thing that a modern game would like, put a little bit of like, yellow paint on just to make it a little clearer which way to go.
Yeah, anyway, we could have completely skipped the locked door and just boosted ourselves right up here with the grenades.
Yeah, that makes sense, but again, if we're seeing the critical path in, might as well like go through it the intended way.
Or we could have boosted up right to where I mentioned this ledge earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But of course we did want to get the transmitter and all that, so we had to export the level anyway. And yeah, we see the fireballs can destroy weak objects, which our grenades can also do.
I see. I guess they're coated with the same kind of damage properties.
Pretty much, yeah. A couple of slightly sketchy jumps there, but we made it, and there's a camel inside the wall.
What's up, buddy? You just been staring at the wall for a couple hours?
I mean, I assume there's a tunnel on the other side because this takes us to the next level.
Yeah.
Before we get into the next level, let me just show you how not to play video games. Right, we have opened up a path here, so we just need to jump over this lava.
It helps to jump.
Yeah, I may have pressed the button just a fraction of a second too late. That is something that happens on the Saturn a lot more often, like I mentioned. At least to me, because I'm stupid. But yeah, that wasn't the brightest moment, I don't think. But never mind, because we have a new enemy. We have a mummy. He shoots these red projectiles, which can actually home in, and he will also try to whack us with this stick if we get close.
Ooh. I was gonna say, is there anything you could do about like a homing projectile? But yeah, I guess you just move far away enough.
Well, maybe.
And
check
move.
this out. That still got us, even though I went around the corner there. So your timing is kind of important.
Yeah, I guess like dodge early.
Yeah, I guess. I haven't really figured out how to reliably avoid this.
Can you jump over it?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you can.
Because I'm wondering if it just tracks you like left and right, but would it track you vertically?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. Anyway, we are now above the spot I died in earlier, and now we have actually hit the checkpoint, so it's fine. Even if I do fall in the lava again, which I won't.
Yeah, you jumped this time.
Take some fall damage, but that's fine because there was a full health right there.
Take a damage, save time.
Also, there is really nothing down here in this sort of lower section of the level, so we could just move ahead, but I might as well show it off.
You'd think there'd at least be like a secret collectible or something.
Now that is the exit right there, next to the lasers. We could boost ourselves to that, but again, not gonna do it.
Do the lasers kill you on touch, or?
Lasers are a one-hit kill, yeah. But there were plenty of ledges we could have boosted nearby and got right to the exit. Because it doesn't actually even require a specific key or anything like that, so that's a good way to save time in this level. Also, there's a whole bunch of these annoying little mosquitoes, or wasps, I guess, but they seem more like mosquitoes. I think that is the full lap. Yes, it is. So now let's just find our way back up. The normal way, not with grenade jumps. Right, so we have a locked door here somewhere if I can ever fit through this. But first, let's head through this one, because we need the key.
Alright.
I think the gold doors without any symbol mean that there's a key behind it, or it has something to do with a key. Oh, that's a weak wall. Hold on. Trying to angle myself so I don't blow myself up.
Yeah, that good call on that. Was it just a weapon pickup back there?
Yeah, it was. It actually doesn't do that much damage if you blow yourself up, so it's not too bad, but might want to avoid damage anyway.
Yeah. I see an Ankh over there.
Yeah.
Right over some lava.
Indeed. Yeah, don't jump to that. That's not good for your health, as we saw earlier.
And you won't keep it if you respawn, right?
No, you just start from the checkpoint.
Gotcha.
So, we have to file that under, come back later. Now just a full health. May or may not be useful. Got a whole party of spiders and scorpions here.
A couple of them escaped the exploding barrel. Well, chamber pot?
I'm not sure what that is supposed to be. So anyway, here we have another locked door. And in this room we actually have a switch. Now, let's see what happens if we walk on the switch. This is clearly not a trap.
I was expecting fireballs, and I guess the game did not disappoint.
And they blow up this wall, revealing the symbol of time. We could have
those
just skipped
ricochet?
the trap. Sorry, what?
Do those fireballs ricochet, or were they just shooting at angles?
I think they just shoot at an angle. Yeah, as I was saying, you don't actually even have to activate the fireball trap. You can just throw a bomb at the wall.
I see.
Now that looks like something. And we are right near the exit. But before we head to the exit, let's see what this switch does that is on the wall.
Yep.
And it opens this path over here. Now this was actually added in the PlayStation version. This was not on the Saturn at all. On the PlayStation, this was actually the path that led to the exit.
Ooh.
But here, obviously, the exit is somewhere else.
So what are we getting here?
Well, you can hear the beep of the transmitter, so I think you can figure that out.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, in the old console versions, the transmitter piece was just behind a weak wall, I think.
It's kind of neat just combining the two versions for this.
Yeah, this was a cool section, so I guess they wanted to add this in. Use it for something. And that'll take care of that if we can actually find the right way. I am still very good at navigation, as we can all see. Open the door with the ugly face on it, and make our way to this set arena.
Ooh.
Just walk through this skull gate. Through the nose. Yeah, as you can probably guess, this is going to be the first boss.
With a name like Arena? Yeah, it's gotta be.
At least they give us full health and full ammo for this. This is actually a really good place to come back later if you're low on health or ammo.
Oh, yeah.
Because once we defeat the boss, he stays gone and we can just walk through the level. Also, before we fight the boss, I'll just blow these up to reveal the... Oh, goddammit. Not you. You go back in the pot. Yeah, reveal the orbs. So I don't have to shoot these during the fight.
Yeah, having to navigate the edge of the arena for the pickups was always kind of awkward for me in Resident Evil.
Right, let's wake up the boy and pick up this weapon boost, which we did see in the last video, but I forgot to actually explain. It does what you can, well, see it does. It massively increases our rate of fire on all our weapons.
For how long?
Until it runs out. I haven't really looked into how long it lasts, but it's a decent amount of time.
Okay.
Of course, we also chewed through ammo, which is a slight problem because we didn't actually find any ammo pickups from these spots, but whatever.
It's fine. You got a knife.
I also have bombs. Yeah, the only thing about Seth here that you really need to worry about is his jump. Because when he lands, that causes a shockwave that stuns you. So you must jump when he does that.
Oh, there's not even any, like, visual indication of that.
Of what?
The shockwave.
No. You just notice it when you're suddenly stunned. But yeah, he's done, and here's our next artifact. The Shawl of Isis. It works like the paraglider in Breath of the Wild.
I see.
We can also use it to kinda extend our horizontal jumps, but you lose some height, so be careful. Like that.
Huh. You can't just, like, jump higher and activate it?
Fearless displays as a warrior provide hope for this dying land, and your quest for peace will bring you just rewards. A deep cavity has been excavated in the south, where there is rumor of a fierce weapon that engulfs its victims in a breath of fire. Go there now and harness its power.
Alright, well, next time I guess we will jump in the big hole we saw earlier and survive it, because we can actually glide down.